And the Blizzard store is also not free.
No, it's not. It's $20 and it comes as a bear.
Okay, so yeah, we have. Usually we don't cover this, but this is amount that I really like, and from what I understand, you also really like.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And
I was thinking about it, but
we hate the fact that it's in the store mode. We hate the idea of mounts on the store. We wholeheartedly oppose them. I would love for these mounts to be in game and us to work for it. Thank you very much.
I do have to say that this is the smartest mount they could have put into the store because it's a very practical mount.
It's very practical. Yes, it is.
The other ones are, well, the Mammoth is not particularly hard, but the only other mount is the Yak that costs 150,000 gold, and you have to do. I don't know if you have to do the repetition in Mists of Pandaria.
No, not anymore. You just get the money.
Oh yeah, the rep.
You got the dough. You get it.
The rep used to probably make it cheaper, like it did with the Mammoth, but nobody has time for that, and obviously for people who cannot be
nobody
bothered.
got time for that.
People cannot be bothered to do Mists of Pandaria content, and they're like, oh, I just came home from an 8-hour shift. You mean I can spend $20 and get this instead of having to go to Mists of Pandaria and waste all my gold? That's sign me up.
For everybody that is, I don't know, nostalgic, okay, this is, the Grizzly Hills Packmaster, so it definitely gives you some Grizzly.
It says Grizzly Hills, but the bear mount is the reskinned bear. It's a high def mount.
Yes.
New model,
yes,
stuff like that.
Agree. It's basically a very cool looking and very useful mount. Now, obviously, it comes at a cost of $20/€20. This is like the official screenshot from the store, but we're also going to look into a little bit of its model. So you can transmog and repair, which is basically what every modern WoW player wants to do these days.
Everybody has this on their bar somehow, like the Yak.
All right, so you see the purse over here, right? The red purse.
The texture resolution is so cool.
Yeah, this is where you would transmog so cool with that resolution as well. And on the other side, obviously, we have the little anvil,
That's
which
adorable.
Well, it's a bear. He can carry it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's useful. I'm telling you, they're gonna make a lot of money on this.
Oh, for sure.
I 100% believe it. Let me open up. So in the wall model viewer part. Now, it is a little bit like this animation is not the best, and it doesn't have the things here.
The side packs.
Yeah, but this is how it looks. His face is a little bit silly, I'll have to say.
Well, you say that, but he looks more like a bear than most bear models.
I agree. I wanted just a little bit of more angriness to him, but again, they have to cater to everybody. So it's a cool looking mount, man. This is it. You cannot really hate them for making this, but I hate the fact that it's on the store. And I would love if this is the type of mount. It's a big topic to discuss. I know. Ever since they introduced, what was it? The pit. I think it was a pit the celestial something.
Was it in Cataclysm or what was
No,
it?
It wasn't Wrath. It was in that somewhere in the mid or to end of Wrath. Ever since they did that, I think this guy, this pirate software guy, which used to work for Blizzard.
We know pirate software.
Yeah, he mentioned that that mount made more money than a whole year of subscription revenue from something ridiculous like that.
And they're doing even better now.
Oh yeah, so their revenue model has shifted. They still make a lot of money from the subscriptions, obviously, but their real gold mine is the actual store.
Here's a hot take. I don't mind if we keep the store, the shop, with one caveat, and I'll go into that, but I don't mind if we keep this, if they keep making the game more awesome as they have been doing in the last 3 or 4 years. If they obviously use a part of this revenue to funnel into, hopefully, maybe a bigger QA team and things like that, hire more people, make the game bigger, give us more content, I'm all fine with paying a little bit more. Because live service games are not cheap. I mean, we know this, and WoW is getting really big, and I can imagine it takes a lot of money to do WoW. Well, I think in Dragonfly we had triple the content that we had in Shadowlands. Somewhere around that, at least it feels that way, right?
Yeah.
And we're obviously gonna have more in the War Within, and it's the World Soul Saga, so. Okay. That's the caveat being remove the WoW token. That's I think stop letting us translate real money into gold, and I think that might fix some of the player power, ethical, moral issues.
Well, see, this is the part where I don't agree with Flame. I don't think it's explainable or excusable to compensate some store mounts, whatever they may do or look like, or the utility would be, and have that revenue translated into bigger teams. They already make a lot of revenue. This is just being greedy, and we know this. This whole situation with the store mounts and basically buying stuff in game from the store is from Activision. After Activision purchased them and they became Activision Blizzard, that was the time when they introduced the first store mount, Celestial
Steed.
blah blah blah, Celestial Steed, I think it is. Yeah. So it's very Activision. This was not Blizzard. All of the cool content ever, the most like, dude, they're recoloring Tier 2. Tier 2 was like one of the best designs at the time, looking gear ever, right?
Yeah.
They used to do this. All of the cool stuff, they used to be in the game. You used to work for it within the game, and it's an MMO. Like, okay, business-wise, I understand why they would go for it now. But the initial seed of this was greed, nothing else. Because World of Warcraft was making a ton of money back then when they first introduced the store mount, the Blizzard store with in-game purchasable stuff. They're making a ton of money now. Now it's a little bit difficult to drop it, or it's a little bit more, how to put this? It's hard to like not put the coolest things on the store because the store is made to sell things, right? I do not agree though that they need to take this money, or they will take this money and funnel into bigger QA teams, or no. They have enough money for that. This used to go into Bobby Kotick's, yachts and stuff. They probably used the money from stores to buy some nice paintings in his yachts. Now it's going like to Microsoft. And for all intents and purposes, Microsoft has its milk coming from other cows. But I will not negate the fact that, and I don't want to shit on anyone's work. So this looks amazing. Like the artists who did this, rigging and all of that, it's all good. What I hate, and I'm a big fan of capitalism, don't get me wrong, but I hate it's an MMO where you have to like put in the work to get the coolest things. Some of the coolest things, unfortunately, are in the store, and this is the same for Diablo and many other games.
Oh yeah.
But one big topic is that this one, maybe we can make like an actual full-on dedicated video about this, because I have a lot of like bad blood with the in-game purchases and stuff like that. Like, okay, you're putting all of these transmogs in the store and mounts and whatever, and you're not gonna give me a goddamn dyeing system to color my armor however I want in game.
That's the real issue at hand.
I mean, come on, man. This is the thing.
Yeah.
You're allocating resources to make the store, very, very appealing, and you're putting a lot of like people there to work on that specific situation. Mounts, transmogs, packs, whatever, bonus tenders. Fuck you. Just put in that work and make some good actual customization systems within the game. You're gonna give me this beautiful mount? Fine, then give me the option to make myself a mount. How about that? They started off with that thing in what's it called? The flying
Sandstone
machine.
Drake.
No. The one in More Within where you customize it.
Oh, you mean like that with the roster thing?
Yeah, that's a step. Give me more.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. I mean, they're definitely testing with the dirigible, and they should have for more mounts, but. Well, hopefully it's coming into the future. Yeah, it's a dead horse because
it is. I know it is, but it won't stop me just bursting out.
It's like creating the storm, keeping the storm mount creates like 20 units of dislike from people, but keeping it generates 200 units of money.
Oh,
so
yeah.
the balance is not there's like, sure, we understand that we upset some people,
aware.
but the amount of money that it makes,
it's hard. That's what I was saying. It's very hard for them to do anything on that front. It's very hard. It's impossible, right?
Yeah.
I understand that. I know now that in current day, this is the business model. This is the revenue system they have. Sure, once again, they do take a lot of money from subscriptions, but the biggest ones are the in-game transactions, and we know this. And you can bet your ass the biggest and the most profitable is the WoW token. I can 100% guarantee you this.
It's an interesting world that we live in because gaming has evolved. Because from if you're like an old school,
I'm not calling this evolution. Don't you dare call this evolution,
dude. It went from not existing to existing, and now a lot of the games that live service games are doing.
That's not evolution. That's the birth of shit. you know.
Well, call it as you may, man. Listen, we live in the same world that we have Volpera. So, you know, if you're going to make games, big games, and don't make me feel like I have to like find 3 extra revenue streams to be able to afford playing this and having everything unlocked. The problem is that WoW is a completionist game and you want to collect stuff.
And they know it. And they
of
exploit
course,
that.
And that's why they do it, man. And it's kind of like it's Pandora's box, man. You're not going to put it back in. It's open. It's done.
I know.
Even though there are definitely games that don't do this and they're very, very successful, but they're also like more or less niche, right? So,
I mean, sure, let's not beat around the bush. You know, they have to make the money. You know, we understand how everything works in terms of like, you know, the corporate side of things. I just feel like, you know, for some, when I see a really cool object in a store, I kind of hate it because I know they could have put that somehow in the game.
We should have like a counterpart. At the very least have a recolor in the game.
But Flame, you have Battle.net currency.
That's so.
Yeah.
That is. I mean,
different topic.
I think. What was it? Just Jobstref Heist made a video with Diablo Immortal with how the currencies, how it preys on you. Never have enough to buy the next thing, so you always have to include the next pack in, and that's kind of how it is with the trading tenders. That's kind of how it is with the Battle.net currency as well. You never have 0 Battle.net currency after you make a purchase. Never. It's always there's a little bit there that makes you feel like shit. That's my money, and I'm losing it. Might as well put more to buy the next thing. So, you know,
it is what it is.